Jeez, go easy on him. It's just uncle abuse. Oh no! What was the difficulty on this? I think the longer, the more times I watch it, the older this gets, the nicer I am my own acting. Hi, my name is Daisuke Tsuji. I'm an actor who plays Jin in Ghost of Tsushima, a Scorpion in Mortal Kombat 1, and today we're going to be reacting to Ghost of Tsushima gameplay. Let's take a look. Yes, Patrick Gallagher. Theodore Chin, who plays Lord Adachi, one of his birthdays, I gave him a tiny hibachi because Patrick Gallagher, he's a funny guy, so he would always have jokes on set. He just kept saying Adachi hibachi. Hibachi, if you don't know, it's like a little grill, Japanese tiny grill, or it's not necessarily tiny. One of Theodore's birthdays, I gave him a tiny hibachi that I think I got in Little Tokyo, and I wrote on it Adachi hibachi. That's all. I played this game several times now, and this part is always like so exciting to just get right into it. I think Sucker Punch did such an amazing job, just thrust us into the world of the game. Played through it at least 5 times now, I think, so I know the game pretty well. Spoilers, there's going to be a horse that dies later in the game that everybody talks about, but nobody talks about this horse because we don't really know this horse's name. I know, and I feel like I'm sure Jin had a close relationship with this horse as well. But we just gotta keep moving. No, it's wartime right now. I visited the island of Tsushima, and this beach was definitely one of the places that I wanted to visit, so I did. It was very peaceful. It was not like this at all. And I think whenever they have a festival, I think they march to the beach. Yeah, that's one of the things I still want to go to. I think they have a festival in November, and one of these days I want to visit Tsushima Island. Also, this is the part where my parents got stuck. They bought a PS5 just to play, just because I was in the game. Like, video games are much more complicated now, so they couldn't even get past this part. I mean, I don't know how hard they tried, but yeah, whenever I visit them, I'm playing through it again on their console. Even though they're not really watching anyway, I'm just playing it by myself most of the time. Oh no! What was the difficulty on this? Yeah, well, one thing a lot of people ask me, a lot of fans ask me, is if I did any of the fighting in the game, and of course not. Like, I wish I was a martial arts person, but I'm just not. I'm just an actor. So I just tell them I did all the all the scenes, and in the scene Jin would like pull out a sword or sheathe the sword, so those were by me, but everything else that's in the game that's fighting, that was done by a professional. There's some fan theory that Jin died here, and everything that happens in the game is like all like imagination or something, the literal ghost. Which I never like it when people are like, he's been dead the whole time. Oh, is this Pokemon? Really?
I am Khotan, cousin of Kublai.
Great introduction of the villain too. I think Sucker Punch did a great job of writing him as somebody who seemingly is like kind of respecting the samurai, but he's just doing what he needs to get what he wants. See, I thought the way they shot this, I thought he died there because he gets hit by a sword, but it's at the back of the sword, I guess. With the DLC with Iki Island, it was about 4 years in total, but it's mostly, it's on and off. It's like I would work maybe 4 or 5 days a month for 3 to 4 years. Like, even that hand, I think I did the mocap for that as well. It was a lot of fun. Originally, I was supposed to wake up in Yuna's hut, and so I think I was performing this as if I was waking up in Yuna's house. In fact, I don't even know, I guess maybe Yuna moved me here in the story, but that's just one example of, you shoot something thinking it's one way, and then the game developers deciding later on that, oh, it's better if Jin finds Yuna's hut, so they move me out of Yuna's hut. Things change all the time. And so in a way, like, playing it is fun because, I'm shooting it thinking it's one way, and then you play it and it's a little bit different from what I expected. when I first played it, I streamed it on Twitch because I saw other actors do it, and so I thought I'd give it a try. And so the first time I played it, I was being watched by hundreds of people because people were interested in, seeing the actor play the video game. And I think a lot of people from Sucker Punch was playing it too because they were interested in how I would react. Twitch streaming is always kind of weird because you're being watched. Kind of like right now, I'm trying to trying to react honestly as possible, but there is a little bit of performative element as you're trying to be honest in the moment. Molly Montana, and she's great in this role, and another great introduction to a character.
Wait. Lord Shimura is...
This was my first time doing mocap. Yeah, and I think it was the first time for Sumali too. I don't know, but she had a lot more voiceover experience. Just in general in film and TV, I think she had more experience. So it was kind of like this in real life, where she was leading me, and she's the one who shared me a story actually about how acting is all about reacting, and you're only good as your scene partner because all you do have to do is listen to your scene partner.
Watch you throw your life away.
This was a scene in the very first time I played it. I thought like, oh, I would have done it differently. But I think when you're first playing it, you can't help but be hard on yourself and be judgmental. I guess I would have thought like, oh, maybe I would have done it where I would have been more surprised that he was still alive, the Lord Shim was still alive. But watching it just now, I was like, it's not too bad. I think the more times I watch it, and, the older this gets, the nicer I am with my own acting.
Readers.
That was another great storytelling element of where you have to crawl under something and you feel powerless as the civilians are getting killed by the invaders. And that's something that, as an actor, we record the voices, but we don't actually know what it's like in the story. And so there's so many moments in the game where I really appreciate what Sucker Punch has done storytelling wise. These moments it's just me in the booth just saying the lines, and no matter how much they explain to me what's happening in the scene, there's no way I can imagine all of this happening, And you kind of have to trust the voiceover director and the directors of the game. So when they say, oh, we got the right take, you gotta be like, okay, if you say so. I believe in you. And, they're right. I've played some games where the voiceover line just doesn't really feel right in the moment, but yeah. The first moment where we get supplies, video gaming. What is the hardest thing? I think it's you don't usually get a lot of preparation time. A lot of times they want to keep the video game secret, so they don't tell you the project. So you just show up and you just find the character on the day of. With this game, I had more preparation time, but even then,
I'm no coward!
Scenes like this, obviously, these are shorter scenes, so we memorize it and perform on the mocap stage. The mysterious scar on young Jin's face. So I did the voice for the young Jin, this younger version of Jin as well, which was a lot of fun. We kind of went back and forth of me like just pitching my voice higher a little bit. But we just kind of determined that he's a teenager at this point. He's a real short teenager, but he's still growing. Yeah, we decided that his voice doesn't have to be like really pitched up because then I would sound kind of fake. So we found a good balance. There is a recording. I think it was when we're working on these voiceover lines. So I'm fighting against Lord Shimura, and when I won, I randomly said in the voiceover booth, "I win." I think it was higher. "I win." But they recorded that obviously, and they would use it every time. Oh, at the end of like voiceover sessions from then on, they would play that just to celebrate the successful session. And the use of color too. I know that there's the geez, go easy on him. It's just uncle abuse.
Try to block my attack.
So there's a Kurosawa mode where it's black and white, which looks cool, but Sucker Punch did such an amazing job with color that you can't. Once you start playing it this way, it's hard to go black and white. And another spoiler: we know by the end of this game, where they're fighting like this, the colors that they use in that is red and white. And depending on what choice you make at the very end of the game, you get a red armor or white armor, ghost armor at the end. So white means death in Japan, Japanese culture. I forget if red, I'm sure red has a meaning too, which I should know what that means.
What with a counterattack? Good.
So yeah, so in this scene, in this very first fight with him, it's all red and not white. So stuff like that, you see, you know, symbolic elements like that throughout the game, which is, again, they did a great job. They like to have a lot of Easter eggs from their old games, like from Infamous and Sly Cooper. So there's a lot of fun Easter eggs in this game. I'm guessing there will be some Easter eggs in Ghost of Yote as well coming out. It feels like a movie. It kind of thrusts you into the action. You're having fun as you're learning how to play the game. It's only the beginning. I was kind of hoping to get to the end of the prologue because that's when you really go into the open world. It's clear that that's when the game really starts, when you're a wandering samurai on the island of Tsushima. Thank you for watching Experts React on Gamology. I'm Daisuke Tsuji. Hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Something like that? Okay, great. So, yeah. Put that in there too. Put that in there too. Did you record that play?